So why should you transition to a plant-based diet? Why should you do that in midlife? Is your body talking to you in unpleasant ways? Like, do you have things that you never had 10 years ago, like brain fog, weight gain, achy joints, sleepless nights, sweaty nights, stuff like that? Mood swings and all of that, things that you did not have 10 years ago. Yes, we're going to talk about why these things are happening and why changing to a plant-based diet is one of the best decisions that you can make for yourself in midlife. Hi, hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Saada Sharon Vandalise. I am a mind, body, spirit, holistic health coach, and I support and guide women into women in midlife, single women in midlife, into the best version of themselves. Yes, on this channel we stand in full support and enthusiasm for women who want to live the fullest way that they ever lived in their second chapter. That's what we do here. That's what we're all about. So welcome. So today I want to inspire you, and I want to inform you why it's such a good idea to switch over to a plant-based diet. It truly is the best thing you could ever do for yourself at this point in your life. Now, we know that once we enter menopause, that means that our reproductive hormones, the estrogen and the progesterone, the production declines, right? The body produces less of that because it's no longer going to get pregnant. It's no longer going to make the babies. And in and of its, why would that be a problem? Why would that be a problem? If the body was designed to stop at some point, stop having babies, all right? Because we were not supposed to have babies all our lives. Imagine that. So we were built and designed to stop having babies in midlife. And how would that happen? The reproductive hormones would decline in production so that we would no longer produce the egg that would become the baby with the sperm cell, right? So that could never be a problem. The body knows exactly what to do, yes? So there is no need to go do hormone replacement because you are not supposed to produce the same amount of reproductive hormones if you're not trying to get pregnant, right? Does that make sense? So there's no problem there. There is absolutely no problem there. This is by design. What causes the problem is just the fact that our bodies are inflamed. That is the problem. We are not eating the foods that the body recognizes. So when we're in midlife now, we've been eating the wrong food for like 4 or 5 decades, right? Eating the wrong foods. Now there's hormonal changes going on, right? The body's going through a transition. So that's a lot. It's not the hormonal changes, it's everything. It's just extra pressure. It's the inflammation combined with hormonal changes. The body has to like reorganize the way it functions and stuff like that. No more babies, no more progesterone, less progesterone, actually less estrogen. So the body knows what to do, but it's hard to do it with inflammation on top of inflammation on top of inflammation, right? With meals on top of meals on top of meals that cannot fully be processed and digested. Because what you're not being told is that your body does not recognize things other than plants. Because the body was designed to eat plants. I mean, there's all kinds of theories there with blood types and this and that. But if you just think about the very beginning of mankind, when we had no refrigerators, we had no stoves to cook on, we had no plates to put food on, we had no knives to cut food, we had no things to kill animals and cook. You see what I'm saying? Do you see the logic? We only had nature. Not only is the body designed to eat from Mother Nature, fresh, uncooked, but I'm not gonna throw that on you today, all right? But I do urge you to cook as little as you can as far as cooking your food. Eat as much live food as you can, because that's what your body thrives on. So yes, not only was the body designed to eat plants, also the body was not designed to eat 3, 4, 5 times a day. The body was designed to fast, because again, if you think about it, if you don't know if you're gonna find food to eat, like definitely, if you don't know where to go get the food every day, you just have to kind of like, figure it out. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Then the body is prepared to not eat for long stretches of time. And when you look at the research, you will see that fasting allows the body to regenerate itself. It allows the body to heal. It gives you more energy. It gives you more clarity of mind. Okay? When I have important things to do, I don't eat, because I know that once I eat, my energy goes down, my brain slows down. So if I have important things to do, I will stretch out eating. I'll let that wait. So when we eat, it's not about quantity, it is about quality. Another thing I recommend is that you eat once a day. I'm gonna throw a lot on you today, but these are the things that actually put you in that supreme state of well-being. Going back to the truth, going back to the basics of true health and wellness. It is just eating once a day, eating plants, fasting for most of the time. That's it. You will feel and look totally different. But let's take it one step at a time. As I did, I took it one step at a time. But I tell you, when I found out that I had fibroids, I was like, what? I have fibroids in my uterus? Really? I don't accept that. No. So that's when I doubled up on health. I was always conscious of what I ate, but I didn't know all the truths and all the information. So I spoke to a holistic doctor and a naturopath actually, and he advised me. He said, stay away from meat, go plants, stay away from dairy, stay away from caffeine, stay away from processed sugar. Yeah, all of that. Stay away from a lot of alcohol, okay? Because the cells, the fibroid cells, they feed, the bad cells, they feed on the sugar and all of that stuff. And you don't want no inflammation if you're trying to get rid of something. So I did that. I cleaned up everything. I switched over to plant-based milk and just plants. And yeah, the fibroids disappeared on their own, no medication, no nothing. They just disappeared. Mhm. So I know I am living proof that, and I never, and because this happened in the beginning of my transition, you know, when supposedly all the hot flashes and all that stuff would start, I think I set myself up for a smooth transition because I never had major issues. Never had major issues, okay? Um, so that's why I like to catch women in the beginning too, so that they can prepare their bodies for the transition and have no issues. Just get really healthy, you know, before the full transition happens, so that you don't have all these side effects that are really just due to inflammation, overload, toxic overload, inflammation, and acidosis, too much acidic food. The body wants to be alkaline, so when we eat plants, our body stays nicely balanced. It's mostly alkaline, okay? That's what the plants do for us. Nice and, you know, nice and cool, you know, climate in the body. So I want you to really, really think about it. Now, you may say, well, okay, how do I start this transition? Well, personally, I took it slow. I first cut out beef, right? I never ate heavy. I was never a heavy meat eater. My whole family, we were never heavy meat eaters, you know, but I like chicken a lot. Beef, not so much, but I like chicken and fish. Ooh, I loved me some fish. So I started with cutting out the beef, which was easy, and then I cut out the chicken, and then I cut out the fish. And as well, I cut out, you know, the milk. I switched over to plant-based milk. I made sure that I used agave for sweetener, or honey, or maple syrup. You know, no white sugar. No white sugar. Oh, that is one of the worst things that you can do to your body, is to ingest processed sugar. And let me tell you, when you eat white bread, when you eat white rice, when you eat white pasta, all of that becomes sugar, white sugar. So it's not just the actual white sugar that you have to stop. You also have to switch over to brown rice, brown bread, and brown pasta. That's right. That's right. All things that were stripped from the fiber become white sugar. The rice is stripped from the fiber. Rice is never originally white, okay? Flour is stripped. It's never originally white. And the pasta is made with flour. You know what I'm saying? So you really want to get very, very, you want to pay close attention to what you eat, what you're putting in your body. Because at this point, your body is gonna scream at you when you put in stuff that cause more confusion and inflammation. Okay, it's gonna scream at you. Your joints are gonna hurt. When you stop eating them bad carbs, like the white bread, the white pot, when you cut that out, you're gonna see that your joints immediately feel better. Immediately. because all of that sugar goes and builds up in the joints and becomes like this, it just builds layers, and you become stiff and all of that. Cut out those bad carbs. Do yourself a favor. See, it's not just about the plants, it's the whole, it's just eating healthy. It's eating whole foods, foods that are unprocessed, untampered with. Most things that are in a box that sit on a shelf, they are not whole anymore. Okay? They are not whole anymore. If it's packaged in a box for a long time, processed and put in a box, it is not a whole food anymore. So pay attention to that. Please, please take the time, really take the time, take a pen and a piece of paper and write down the things that you know are highly processed that you are going to eliminate from your shopping list. Read everything that you purchase. Read the ingredients. It is not supposed to have long names that you can't even pronounce. It's not supposed to be that way. Whatever is in the description should be things that you know, things that you can pronounce and things that are natural. So if it's a whole bunch of chemical names, not good. Not good. Sometimes one or two things because they have to add a little preservative to keep it. But the list, no, not good. Artificial this and artificial that, especially that corn syrup. Okay, that corn syrup is no good. It is no good. Stay away from that. And it's in everything. So yes, take it easy. You don't have to go cold turkey from day one. I have a book that I'm going to make available to you that is going to take you week by week by week by week by week to help you transition into a plant-based lifestyle. You can also consult with me one-on-one. I would love to be your guide and your support system throughout the process, but it is the best thing that you can do for yourself. You don't even know how good you can feel until you do this. That's when you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I could feel this way. In my brain, through my eyes, in my joints, in my skin. Weight will just lose itself. It will just drop without you even trying. It's my promise to you. So yes, I hope that I have inspired you to at least start considering to transition, at least start adding a salad daily, start with adding stuff, just add in stuff, and that will eliminate stuff eventually. Just add in a salad every day, and then you're on your way. Add fruit every day, and then you're on your way. All right. So I wanna wish you inspiration, first of all, to go do this, to go even try it first. And until we meet again, I want to wish you lots of peace and love.